How's it? Neil Everett here. Oh yeah, we're back. It's year 2 of the Great Salsa Challenge where we separate Wildcats from Mildcats. We're gonna chip, dip, and rip. We got Trey and Tobe right here. Fellas, you're new to the program. Trey, you start off. What brought you to Arizona? What enticed you?
Yeah, so obviously I had a real fun career at Oakland University. You know, my dream school growing up. Both my parents had played there, and you know, did a good 4 years there. Graduated from there, and once I entered the portal, I had a good amount of options to choose from. But Coach Tommy and Murph were one of the first coaches to contact me and kept a great relationship with me, and were the first to come visit me. And this is the first school that I visited. So, you know, once I got here and met everyone, it was a no-brainer, and I just had a great feeling about coming here.
What made it a no-brainer?
You know, they had a great plan for me developmental-wise. You know, obviously the ultimate goal is to play basketball at the highest level, and I felt they had a great plan for me to get there. But also, you know, playing at the highest level in college as well. This is a historic program and a program that expects to win championships, and you know that's what I want to do.
All right, Tobe, you were playing at a high level, University of Tennessee. Why did you come to Arizona?
Just new opportunity, new beginnings. You know, I thought I had a great 2 years at Tennessee. Was looking for sort of a fresh start, kind of similar to Trey. Kind of developed that relationship with Tommy and Murph during that whole transfer portal period, talking to them, growing that relationship. And then I came on my visit. You know, he was one of the best visits I had been on. So I think, you know, that visit, you know, that sort of relationship being built, and that's what led me here.
What makes something a best visit?
It's really like all the little details. I remember like during the Zoom calls we were having, they were asking me like my favorite foods and stuff like that. And I came on the visit and they all had them laid out, you know, each day that I was here. So just little small stuff like that. And then just, you know, also the conversations that we had, just about who I want to be as a player, you know, where I see my career going, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Did they tell you that Tucson is the salsa capital of the world?
They did not mention that, but I'm guessing we're about to find out.
You're going to find out. Yes, you are. We've got 6 salsas in front of us. Our first one we're going to do is salsa de la casa, and that's the green one right here. It's simple. We chip, we dip, and we let it rip.
Got it, man.
Okay, so we started with the third one. We're going to audible. Third one, pause for edit. Fair to say that you sent John Calipari to Arkansas.
Wow. You know, I'd like to think I had a big part in that. Obviously, the world will give it to one of my good friends, Jack Golke. But no, it was a great experience. Obviously, going to that game, nobody expected us to win. Coach Cal and Camp are good friends off the court, so I know that was a good little rivalry for them. But for him to switch schools after that loss, you know, obviously I feel I had a part in that.
For those who are wondering what that means, 19-13 is Oakland beats Kentucky and breaks a few brackets in the process. Now, was your bracket intact?
Oh, of course. You know, I had Oakland win the national championship. Obviously, the chips didn't fall that way, but up until that game, it was pretty good.
Who's your NBA guy like? Do you have a poster on your wall growing up? Did who do you look up to? Who would you say you'd like your game to be molded after?
I never really molded my game after an NBA guy. I will say one of my favorite players to watch was Westbrook growing up. Mm-hmm. Just sort of the intensity that he played with and sort of how he attacked each game, each night. I was kind of watching him when he was on that triple-double spree and that sort of MVP campaign. So he was definitely one of those guys I like to watch.
All right. Let's watch ourselves, and we're going to start now. This is going to be salsa de la casa. We actually went with salsa verde first, so we're going to go here to the one with the pico de gallo look right here. What are you tasting from the first one, the green, to the one we just hit?
Obviously, this one's a little smoother. The pico gives it a little more, stuff to chew.
All right. What about you?
I would say same thing. This one tastes really fresh with all the vegetables in it and all that.
Tell us about you're of Nigerian descent.
Mm-hmm.
But you grew up in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
And I understand you had to take the train from.
Oh yeah.
Give me what's the train story?
So went to middle school, elementary school, preschool, all that in Hyde Park, New York. And then I decided that, I kind of wanted to further my basketball career, and I thought that going to high school in the city would be best for that. So I ended up going to Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx. So basically, I lived in Hyde Park, so I would drive from Hyde Park to Poughkeepsie, the town over, and then I would take the train, which is called the Metro North, from Poughkeepsie to this midway stop called Croton Harmon. It's like northern Westchester, and then I would take Croton Harmon to Yankee East 153rd Street, which is right by Yankee Stadium, and I would do that, sort of every day. And then from Yankee Stadium, I would walk about like 10 minutes to school. But I would do that every single day, and the trip was about 2.5 hours each way. So yeah, I did that for 4 years. It was hard. I wanted to stop at one point, but my parents, kind of kept me pushing, motivated me to keep on going.
Did you ever hit a roadblock in your along the way where you thought, maybe I'm not doing this, because you had just 2 offers out of high school?
Yeah, I had one full scholarship offer to a Division II school, but yeah, my senior year, or going into my senior year of high school, I was generally about to stop playing basketball. I wasn't really playing on my AAU team. I didn't play on like a EYBL's big time circuit. It was a smaller AAU thing. Didn't really play on that team, and I was really into high jump and track and field. So I thought I was going to do that in college. I had texted my AAU coach. I was like, thanks for the opportunity. I'm not really, basketball's not going too well. I think I'm going to stick to track and field. And he actually sent me a nice text back that kept me playing that year, and ultimately, everything went uphill from that moment.
And you end up, it's Oakland, Michigan, for people who wonder, like Oakland, you think Oakland, California. Most famous person to spend time in Oakland, Michigan, aside from yourself?
I'd say now it's Jack Golke, but there's been a lot. Campy's had 5 NBA players. Most recently, Kendrick Nunn's a very famous name. Yeah. He's over playing the EuroLeague now and having a great career. Kay Felder, of course. Keith Benson. The list goes on. So I grew up, as long as I can remember watching Oakland basketball. So I'd say all the Oakland players are celebrities to me.
Who used to live in Oakland, Michigan? Eminem.
Okay.
There you go. We better prove ourselves right now with salsa number 2. This is going to be Mexicana right here in the middle, front row. We're proving ourselves or losing ourselves in the salsa. Well, that was pretty. That's middle of the road, right there. Biggest role model?
My parents, for sure. I grew up always wanted to be like them. Obviously, go to Oakland and play basketball there, but they didn't force me in any direction. They just told me, whatever I did, give it 100% effort, and I could do anything I wanted. And that was the same with all my siblings. So definitely, they're the biggest role models for me.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 2 younger siblings and 2 older siblings, so I'm right in the middle. Of 5.
Middle child. Now, is that the middle child sometimes gets lost?
That's why I try to make myself as present as possible. But no, I love it. It's great.
All right. What about you? Who's your role models? And
I would say my parents too.
Yeah.
Just seeing them when I was younger, working, going to school, taking care of me and my siblings. He was just truly inspirational to watch.
Both your parents are nurses.
Yeah, they're both nurses.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 3. I'm the oldest, 2 younger brothers and a younger sister.
All right. Do you look up to them, or do they look up to you?
I hope they look up to me. I like to think so. But they all play basketball and stuff like that, and it's sort of a topic that we always talk about. So it's really sort of ingrown in our family.
If they all play basketball, are you still the best baller in the family?
Yeah, for sure. Without question.
All right. Tell me about the book club.
Oh,
you're a reader.
Yeah. So it was something that I kind of did at Tennessee. Me and one of my teammates, Josiah, Jordan James. We were really into books. And it's something I kind of wanted to carry on here. Me and one of the managers, Coleman, we had talked about it. He had actually approached me about it because he had heard of what I did at Tennessee. And, we're sort of looking to get it going during this winter break and going into the spring semester.
What's the best book you've ever read, or one of the best books?
I would either say the Bible or The Great Gatsby. between
Great
those two.
Gatsby, there's a classic.
Well,
What book are you reading right now?
Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Actually, the coach wanted you to say the playbook.
Not a bad answer either.
Are you a reader?
I'm more at movies.
Okay.
So cinema and things like that.
What's you got a go-to movie or movies or go-to actor?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of the whole, Marvel Cinematic Universe, but my single favorite movie I'd say is Inception. And I could watch that over and over and still be in awe of it.
Okay, now if you're a Marvel guy, do you have a favorite Marvel character?
Yeah, I'm Team Iron Man all the way. But before the MCU, it was obviously Spider-Man because those were the first, big-time Marvel movies. But I love the whole franchise and, Batman and Superman's the DC universe. I'm a fan of that realm, but more straight towards the Marvel side a bit more.
All right, well, we're going to see if you've got an iron gut right now, right? Iron Man. All right, let's dip it with number 4. This is called Heirloom Habanero. All right. I mean, I can taste a little bite.
A little cake, yeah.
Yeah. If you didn't hoop, what sport would you play?
It would probably be high jumping.
Okay.
But I played soccer for a long time, so maybe that if I would never play basketball.
What about you?
Maybe football. Parents weren't a big fan, so I did play baseball when I was growing up too.
If you could play no sports, what would you do?
I'm a big videography hobbyist. I love video editing, stuff like that. So I'd probably be doing a lot of this stuff here.
Oh, are you gonna help edit this?
Probably not this, but I want to get out there for the bowl football game that's coming up here at the Arizona Stadium and see if I can get the dust off the camera, get the editing stills going again. But that's
Now you must have picked this up from your dad, who was sitting right in front of me baseline last night as I saw my first Arizona game. Your dad is a amateur photographer, professional photographer. What's the relationship?
It's just he does it for fun, but I think he's very professional with the way he does it and the quality of his work. But he was strictly photo stuff, which I think made me want to do video because I never, he didn't do any video and things like that. But he loves editing photos, which I hate, and I love editing videos, which he hates. So we work together. It goes pretty well.
Now, was that part of the pitch to Arizona? It's like, hey, my dad needs to have a press pass.
Maybe you could say something like that. I know he was really hoping he got one, and it was able to work out for him. And he enjoys being able to watch me and my siblings play, but also, take pictures of us having fun.
That's cool. Tobe, what about if you could not play any sports? What are you doing?
That's a tough question. I'm not too sure. I know that growing up, I was looking into doing medicine for school, going to med school, doing something in terms of being a surgeon, more so in terms of neuroscience. So maybe doing that. I'm not too sure.
Hey, tell me. So you guys both started last night, the game I saw. And you're both new to the program. What's going through your mind when they turn off the lights, they start playing the video, the flames come up? Where's your head go?
For me, I just think it's, the coolest thing ever. Obviously, at my old school, we'd play at camp. He always had us in a crazy hard schedule, so we'd play in arenas, like this, but we'd always just be watching the other team kind of go through it.
Now you are the team.
Exactly. Now I am the team, and I'm just trying to take it in every single time because I only get to do it, 15, 16 times here, and I just appreciate, the atmosphere and the fans and everything like that. So I try not to get too, wound up or nervous about it. Just take it all in and, appreciate the fact I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty exciting. I think at that moment, everybody sort of understands the task at hand and sort of the mission we're on. And I think it's kind of cool to see just how everybody unifies and comes together, towards, one goal.
Those flames too, I could feel them all the way over on the sidelines.
Yeah, they're no joke.
You know what else is no joke? Number 5 right here. Okay, number 5 is Arble, which just sounds deadly. It's like a soccer player. When you're a one-word sauce, you got to be hot.
Yeah.
As I was going to start to say, it doesn't, and then it did.
Yeah. It was a lot cooler at first, and Big jump from
Grabs
the
your
bottom
throat.
go to the top,
Right?
Right?
Yeah, this is like you're at the end of the bench, or you're in the starting five.
Yeah.
And you guys are in the starting five. Who's got the best dance moves on the team?
Ooh.
Best dance moves.
I have no dancers.
I'd say like Caleb's a pretty good dancer.
Yeah, once
Carter maybe.
Who's the funniest guy?
it's probably E-Man. E-Man or Will.
I think Will K is.
Or Will K, yeah.
He's funny. E-Man's unintentionally funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Will just genuinely knows how to just be funny at all times.
Who's the guy who thinks he's the funniest but really isn't that funny?
I don't think we have one of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
We got a lot of fun. Like, guys, certain groups of guys together just are hilarious. Like, E-Man, Caleb, KJ, and JB. They're very into Uno right now. They're always playing on their phones, walking around wherever they go, and that's pretty entertaining to watch. But Will K obviously just is funny by himself all the time, whether he wants to or not.
A lot of new faces on this Arizona club. How do you guys mold to become one?
I think it just started when we got here in June. Obviously, we've spent so much time together. You know, we try to do as much as we can off the court. It was easy in the summer. You know, not much going on, not really too much school. But I think, you know, we've done a good job. The guys genuinely love hanging out with each other outside of practice and stuff, which is rare because you spend so much time with them in the gym. You know, you'd think, oh, as soon as you're done, you want to get a break and get away from everyone. But, you know, guys are always hanging out, you know, like I said, playing card games or, you know, just watching a movie, doing things like that, playing the game. So I think this team's done a great job molding together. The veteran guys that have been here have helped guys like Tobe and I and Deli adjust to playing here, but also just the lifestyle. So it's been good.
What about you?
For sure, I would agree. I think when I first came here, I was kind of surprised at how well we all meshed. You know, not only on the court, but off the court too. Everything just kind of seemed seamless. You know, guys would go out to eat. You know, we'd invite one another. Even sit down and have dinner. You know, at whatever spot was on our tab that day. So, I think it's just been really seamless how we've been able to gel and connect.
You know, they talk about heat culture. That's the always thing in the NBA, the heat culture. We're talking about the heat culture right here because we're getting down to number 6. This is called Chingana.
Chingana.
Okay, and it's got something called the ghost pepper.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yep. It's got to be hot then.
Boy, you feeling the sweat, man.
Right.
There was a little bit of a pump fake with that one.
I think I'm getting it right here.
Yeah.
This is where it goes for me. What's your message to the Arizona fan base as we move into the middle part of the season here?
Just continue to stay strong. I know that the first half of the season hasn't necessarily been what we've all wanted it to be, but I think we have a great opportunity come to conference play to really show who we are and show the improvements that we've made. I think sort of this Christmas break and this time that we have off is going to be good for us to sort of separate and come back together, re-gel, and just understand the task at hand.
What about you? What's your message?
Yeah, I mean, not to repeat anything Tobe said, but kind of like to hint on back what I said about the starting lineup thing. Just want to let you guys know how appreciative, myself and our whole team is. Your support is so important to us, and we don't take it for granted. Anytime we step on the court, we know what we're representing and, the name on the front of our jerseys. And we just love seeing you guys out there and, hope you're ready for a good 2025.
Arizona, you got 2 good ones right here in Trey and Tobe, and that does it for this episode of Mildcats versus Wildcats. You feeling the heat?
Definitely.
A little bit, yeah.
Back to you.